If you're wondering how popular this new set of Vibecoding and AI-assisted coding tools are, the answer is popular. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We kick off today with a story around the popularity of AI coding platform Cursor, which has now officially hit 1 million users, honestly without really trying. Platform creator AnySphere has managed to catch lightning in a bottle, with the 3-year-old company not spending $1 on marketing, and yet still becoming one of the fastest growing startups ever. In January, AnySphere reported $100 million in annual recurring revenue, and according to Bloomberg sources, that figure had doubled by March. The platform is now seeing 1 million daily active users. Cursor currently offers 2 subscription tiers, a $20 per month account for individuals and a $40 business account. AnySphere president Oscar Schulz mentioned that nearly all of Cursor's revenue still comes from individual users, many of whom work at companies that aren't paying for the tool directly. This suggests, of course, that adoption is bottom-up, with programmers using Cursor on their own initiative because they want to improve their productivity. This has certainly been our experience and how we see it happening. Even if people are using Cursor for work, they're doing it outside on their own time or on their own dime. At the same time, this year Schulz says that the company will begin actively courting enterprise clients. They currently have 14,000 businesses signed up, despite a deliberately obscure onboarding process. The company now has hired their first salespeople and say they had over 4,000 companies looking to test the product in February alone. AnySphere is currently in talks to raise at a $10 billion valuation, which obviously would help them expand from their just 60-person company right now. Next up, a little interesting nugget in the OpenAI world. The company is considering acquiring Sam Altman and iPhone designer Johnny Ive's AI device startup. The information reports that OpenAI executives have discussed a $500 million acquisition price, but that a partnership was also explored. Their sources say that right now the company has only created preliminary designs rather than full prototypes. Potential designs include a phone without a screen and other modalities for household devices. The acquisition would be a very expensive acqui-hire and would include the team of engineers currently working on the device. Reports suggested that Altman is working closely with the startup but isn't a founder and has an unknown stake in the company. I think what gets people excited about this is just the idea that the guy who designed the iPhone might actually be fully unleashed to think about the new user experience of an AI-powered world. At the same time, it does feel a little early for this sort of acquisition, but who knows? OpenAI has a fat new valuation of $300 billion and money to spend. Now, speaking of talent and how much it costs to play in the AI game, the battle for AI has now grown so intense that Google would rather pay staff to do nothing rather than see them jump ship to a competitor. According to Business Insider, Google DeepMind has allegedly resorted to using aggressive non-compete agreements. Some staff are prevented from working for a competitor for up to a year. The report states that staff who want to leave have been put on extended garden leave, getting paid to wait out the duration of their non-competes. This practice is very foreign to the tech industry, with California's ban on non-compete agreements dating way back. The Federal Trade Commission recently banned non-competes nationwide, and as of last year, California is attempting to invalidate foreign non-competes for residents. Internationally, sectors like finance make extensive use of non-competes to protect proprietary information and prevent the loss of human capital. DeepMind has been able to make use of non-competes as they're based in London, where the practice is still legal. Commenting on the reporting, Google said, "Our employment contracts are in line with market standards. Given the sensitive nature of our work, we use non-competes selectively to protect our legitimate interests." Former staffers say that 6-month non-competes are common for regular DeepMind employees, while some senior researchers have year-long agreements. This is not all that surprising, given that large amounts of churn in top AI talent has been a hallmark of the AI industry. DeepMind itself suffered a ton of brain drain in prior years, with co-founder Mustafa Suleyman leaving in 2022 and Mistral co-founder Arthur Mensch departing in 2023. At the same time, Google has also participated in their fair share of talent poaching, acqui-hiring the character AI team, including co-founder Noam Shazir last year. For DeepMind staff looking to jump ship, these non-competes are obviously a massive problem. One former employee told Business Insider, "Who wants to sign you for starting in a year? That's forever in AI." The issue is especially bad for staff who want to move to an exciting startup, with few early-stage companies able to even wait 6 months to hire. The former employee said, "AI is interesting. It seems like the first time in my career that you have this insane race like a space race. People really feel like to be 6 months ahead, a year ahead, could make all the difference." Lastly today, an update in this whole Meta situation from yesterday. The company has denied rumors that the new Llama 4 models were specifically tuned to hit benchmarks. Meta's VP of Generative AI, Ahmed El-Dahle, posted on X, "We're hearing some reports of mixed quality across different services. Since we dropped the models as soon as they were ready, we expect it'll take several days for all of the public implementations to get dialed in. We'll keep working through our bug fixes and onboarding partners. We've also heard claims that we trained on test sets. That's simply not true, and we would never do that. Our best understanding is that the variable quality people are seeing is due to needing to stabilize implementations." Now remember, these rumors originated from a Reddit post translating a post from Chinese social media. Someone claiming they were a Meta engineer said that they had resigned over pressure to game the benchmarks. They said that company leadership suggested blending test sets from various benchmarks during the post-training process, aiming to meet the targets across various metrics and produce a presentable result. Yesterday brought a whole new wave of controversy as the AI community dug into Llama 4's performance. One of Meta's key claims was ranking second on LM Arena, a subjective benchmark where users vote for which model produces the most pleasing output. LM Arena has now released all 2,000 head-to-head battles involving Llama 4 for public review. They noted that, quote, Meta's interpretation of our policy did not match what we expected from model providers. Meta should have made it clearer that Llama 4 Maverick O326 Experimental was a customized model to optimize for human preference. In essence, LM Arena is calling out Meta for deploying a fine-tune instead of a base model for benchmarking, although they did also note that the practice wasn't technically against the rules. AI developer Vic K dug through the results, giving one example where Llama 4 defeated Claude 3.5 Sonnet. He commented, "This is the clearest evidence that no one should take these rankings seriously. In this example, it's super yappy and factually inaccurate, and yet the user voted for Llama 4. The rest aren't any better." Many in the comments questioned whether real users were even voting on these outputs, or if LM Arena is infested with bots. Ultimately, I think the big takeaway, and really the only one that makes any sense, is to just put less emphasis on the benchmarks. But then again, how are we going to rate new things? I don't know. I don't have the answers. For now, that's going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief Headlines edition. Next up, the main episode.